Hello everyone, it is me again. We're gonna be starting with essentially where we last left off with the Hadal zone of the characters, specifically the Zeal, Ketsuki, I hope I pronounced that correctly, Anyo, and Koa. I think, yeah, Koa. We have Zeal is the band's lead vocalist, guitarist. Kesuke is the band's bassist. We have Anyo being the DJ and the second vocalist. And then we have Koa being the drummer, essentially. Also, Anyo is essentially, if I'm able to zoom in just a little bit to where you can kind of see, Anyo is the older sister of Lumi, but she's also kind of estranged a little bit. Like, apparently, the rest of the family besides Lumi doesn't really talk to her. Lumi's the only person. To which I kind of not glad, but I like that we have certain relations along with the with certain idol groups, like with the Squid Sisters essentially being cousins, despite their name being the Squid Sisters and all that. We have essentially, if I can zoom out, Riva essentially fangirling over Zeal. To which I wouldn't be surprised if he's essentially the pretty boy of the group. He does look like the pretty boy. Well, yeah. And then here's their gear. To which it looks more gothic than Riva's, than Obsidia's line. There we go, the Obsidia line. I love this beanie. I want it in real life. And then that would actually match up really good with this shirt. And then the shoes look pretty dope too. I like it. Now we go into hairstyles. I'm not gonna rant. All I'm gonna say is that short hairstyles for Octolings and Inklings can exist. Especially for Octolings. This is a short hairstyle. This is one. This is one. This is actually a really cute one. The pink Octoling boy hairstyle. That looks pretty cute. I do love the little pigtails. That's pretty cool. Again, Nintendo, you could have made short hairstyles. Essentially, 28 of the new hairstyles for Inklings and Octolings on top of the main styles from previous games. So I believe there would be, if my math is correct, if my math is mathing, there would be, if this was not the original Splatoon 3, it would be essentially 4 Octoling hairstyles. So add to this, which is, I believe that would be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So that's already actually 18 hairstyles. That's the number 8 theme. And then the Inklings having essentially more hairstyles, I think around 30. Around, not 30, but at least around 27. Or in the 20s with the hairstyles. But then we have the shop owner for this, or one of the 2 shop owners, named Kamani. And she's good friends with Riva and Lumi, being their main hairstylist. Which I think that's pretty cool. We also have another one who does textures. Her name is Onyxa, I hope I pronounced her name, who was born with a disability of not being able to produce ink color properly. To which I think it's pretty cool that the artist made essentially someone with a disability. There's been hints and little maybe hints here and there on certain characters, essentially having like a disability, but you have to like really catch it in order to like know that they have a disability or like headcanon them having a disability. But then we have like the textures and stuff like that. We also have, let me show the hair textures. Yeah. Like spots and all that. Again, most people are like, this is a little bit too much. There would have been a way to like, not like disable, but essentially like kind of blend everything into like almost a color. And then have like essentially the main color being the color that you're on your team, and then like the opposite color of your team being like the different color. And then we have this to where I know most people's like white ink for like the main hub area, essentially like a default ink color. Most people choose the random ink colors because they are probably never seen again. We could have, I especially want a black ink color for a Splatfest color. But unfortunately, that will probably never happen again unless pigs fly. Well, anyways, we also have the player customization. We have the, I guess the Inkling and Octoling male and female face mask. You can see like the different, I know many people wanted eyelashes and stuff like that for like their character. And then we would have gotten freckles within the main game of Splatoon 3. It was actually a code, but then they got rid of it. So I'm like, bruh. Ah! Oh my goodness. And now we have essentially like the leg gear. I know many people been like, I want a skirt. Specifically those that like wear skirts specifically. The skirt that we have within the game, it's like a skirt. It's not like a full-on skirt. To which I can understand why people's like, yeah, that's not really a skirt. And then we have like a Hawaiian looking skirt as well with the gear. We're gonna look at the, essentially the people that would be like the, I apologize for my background. The, oh yeah, the vendors, there we go. We have Cosette, who is for headgear. We have Flormoid? I hope I pronounced that name. Flormoid, to where she's like a mantis shrimp. And she's very colorful for shoes. Loving the theme. We have Alex being Axolotl. And then we have essentially the Spike and the merch of the vendors specifically that would probably be in like a dark alleyway. To which her name is Madame Shell. I do love the design though. And despite that we've seen, she probably has technically 2 eyes, but the way that she's designed, it looks like she has 1, and that's pretty cool. I do love the design. Love it. Very colorful. And now we also have the cafe. The Aeromis Cafe, which essentially is kind of like the marigold within the actual Splatoon 3 game. We have Cypress, which he's the Inkling that works there. Here's some of the foods for like abilities. And then we have the person that does the drinks, which is Vanille. She is I think a sea bunny. She's adorable. Here are the drinks. I do love this ink charge up chocolate shake right here. My goodness. That's really good. And then we're gonna start within the next part of part 4 with the story mode of chapter 1. before the storm. I wish you all well. Bye bye.